You don't have to learn complicated cables with Fanny. As a matter of fact, you can carry your team with just simple cables. And to prove it to you, we're going to play ranked using simple cables, and to show how effective it really is, we are not gonna use our ultimate skill. For this game, we're gonna be using this emblem, and we ended up using this build. Just because we don't have a tank in our lineup and we need to survive long enough to deal damage. We started with a blue, and since the enemy jungler is not a tank, then we have a better chance in invading. And Yin is here in this area, and it should be easy with just back and forth cables, nothing fancy. We steal the golem with retribution and we were able to secure the kill. Then we're gonna go for this lethal wanderer to get ahead in farm. And with a quick glance, we saw that Yin had his blue and is heading over to bottom lane. So after this golem, we're gonna go to bottom lane as well to gank D-Roth. And we saw Yin here, but we're gonna go after D-Roth, and we initiated there with just 2 cables and then a couple of cables to the wall, and just like that, we started with 1 long cable to the wall. D-Roth dashes towards us. We do first kill, 1, 2, and 3 more cables to the wall, and then cable out. And after that, we went to secure the turtle. Yin tried to contest but failed miserably. He brought us to his domain instead. But look at this. A couple of medium speed wall spams and back and forth cables, we brought down his HP to 1. Then we'll leave it to our teammates to finish him off. You could say that if you use simple cables here, Yin wouldn't make it out alive. Now we go back to farming, starting with the golem and then the red buff, then the blue buff after TPing or recalling back to base. As you can see on the minimap, enemy forces are gathering at top lane, and we're gonna head over there, initiating with just 2 cables. We retreat with 1 cable to avoid Tiger's ult, and we go back in with 2 cables into Ixia's position, grabbing the double kill, and we cable out with 2 cables. If you're wondering why we were able to melt Ixia's HP so quick, here's the breakdown. Remember, we used 2 cables to get to Ixia, and then we used 1 cable to the wall, first kill, and then a cable to the other side. Here, you don't have to use 4 cables to get out of the base, let alone straight cables. You can just use 2 cables, and it's that simple. Now back to the game. We saw Nana leaving that bush, and we closed the gap with just 2 cables, and we deal massive damage with just back and forth cables. And after getting away from the turret, we went to the turtle and secure it with the retribution. At this point, we're just gonna resume our farm. And while we're farming the orange buff, there's a commotion at mid, and with a quick glance, Nana's very low, so we're gonna go in using standard 2 cables, 3 pairs to be exact. Just a quick tip, even with simple cables, you need to be moving around all the time or else you will be caught by the enemy. And the reason why we were not able to get away there is because of that missed cable, so training your accuracy is very important. After we revived, we went on to get our orange buff and defend this push by D-Roth. We used a couple of back and forth cables there to get his HP low, and our teammates can finish the job. So we recall back to base, get our purple buff, and deal with Ixia, who's taking the Lord. So we're gonna go in and help Natalia. And here's the quick breakdown. We used 3 cables to initiate and just used first skill, and Natalia was able to finish her off. After that, we were able to secure this Lord, and Nana was trying to contest but ended up with a very low HP, so with just 1 cable, we were able to finish her off. Unfortunately, we didn't have a decisive push with the Lord, and they were able to take down our Hanabi and Natalia. So they got overconfident and greedy, and were chasing Cho even outside their base. Sadly, we're not able to save Cho, but we were able to take out D-Roth at least. And Cyclops got Yin. Here's that encounter with D-Roth at half the speed. We started off with a 3 cable reverse, then we attacked with 2 cables. We cable to the bottom right, but D-Roth dashes towards us, stopped us, so we used first skill and then cable to the top right to finish him off. In the next scenario, I'm gonna show you that even inside the enemy base, you only need simple cables to be effective. So that was just a well-placed 2 cables bypassing the turret and a cable to the building. And with that, we have our item Oracle. And we're hunting for D-Roth at bottom lane, and he is hiding in this bush, and Cyclops was able to finish him off. Then we're gonna head back to base to recharge, then we're gonna go for the Lord once it respawns. But there were enemies hiding, so I'd rather deal with them first. So Ixia is the only one here. We just initiated with 2 cables and used back and forth cables, and that's it. In the next scenario, pay attention to Yin's HP. Here it is again in slow motion. Among the simple combos, I used only 4 in this game, and if you want to learn all 6 of them, watch this video. Click the link and see you there.